Hey friends, Rebecca here. Hey, I have gotten to go shopping this week. All my favorite stores with Dollar Tree and Five Below, Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So I'd love to show you some of these beautiful things I picked up. I'm always on the lookout for creative products and art supplies, and I scored. I just can't help myself. So I'd love to show you what I got at Hobby Lobby first. They have some new punch needle kits. And so these are probably getting ready for Easter. They had a lot of different craft kits and they were on sale this week. So for a really great price. And it looks like this again also comes with all of the stuff you need, including the needle. So a really good price for this too, even when it's not on sale. So I saw that kit, and then I also saw this embroidery kit. So I went ahead and picked it up too. I just think that design is lovely, quite modern looking, and I just loved it. And so getting back to some of my just regular embroidery skills, which I haven't done in quite some time. So I'm looking forward to that kit as well. And then there were two other craft kits that caught my eye. They did have a whole bunch of them. So this craft kit using like those traditional perler beads, this looks like it'll be a lot of fun. I have really never done one of these kits before, but it looks like it's got all the materials to make each of these designs. And then I may branch out a little bit and try some other designs. I really love the bird and the turtle, the butterfly, but oh, they're all so cute. But you know what? I got looking on Instagram. If you go in and do a search for perler bead, oh my goodness, you're going to find such tremendous inspiration. So very, very cool if you haven't done a perler bead project in quite a while. And then I also saw this very inexpensive, and who can resist pink flamingos? I mean, it's adorable. But this is just kind of the traditional plastic beads. And I never have done any beadwork where you string them this way. So I'm going to be very curious to try this. Again, it was on sale for even less than this. Let's see. Also in Hobby Lobby, I like to pick up sketchbooks every time I'm there. So this time I picked up a watercolor sketchbook. These are such great such great sizes and handy to have. And then the last thing from Hobby Lobby was I finally found some monk's cloth. And so that is the traditional punch needle material. So I'll let you know how well this works. I want to venture out some more and try some of my own designs for punch needle. All right, and then Five Below, I did get a handful of things. First off, they had some great classic books. My husband and I are going to try to read this. There's a movie coming out later this summer based on the Odyssey, so I'm very curious how that's going to go. So we're going to try to read through the book before we go see the movie. So wish us luck. But they had some other really good classics like Sherlock Holmes and the Art of War and a few other classic books for $5. And then I also picked up another sketchbook at Five Below. I love these spiral bound larger sketchbooks. And then this beautiful tin, honestly, I really bought this kind of for the tin. It has acrylic markers in it. Do be aware the tin is tin, but it's a thinner tin than what you might be used to. So not quite as sturdy, but I love that it's got this window in it so you can see what's in the tin. So after these markers have been used up, I will probably still use this tin. They're acrylic markers, which of course the artwork on the tin looks more like watercolor. But they're decent, you know, so it ends up being about 40 cents a piece. For these acrylic markers. I have already swatched those out. Yeah, so here are all the colors. Beautiful colors. So I swatched it there. Let's see, I think I've put it in another notebook as well. The only negative thing, as I will say, is the felt tips on them. I don't know if the paper was just too rough or what, but the felt tip on these. You don't have to shake them. You don't have to pump them. They were ready to go, but that felt tip looks like it's just going to, get scuffy really easily. So probably work best on really smooth paper. But the quality is about what you expect. Now, if you do put a little bit more money into markers, then you'll be happier with the Sharpie or the Ohuhu, or even some that I found at Walmart were a better quality acrylic marker. However, these colors, you don't find these colors very often. But just, again, 40 cents a marker plus the 10. You can tell it leaves behind, some little scruffies from that felt tip. But overall, I think it's worth the $5. So beautiful colors. And again, these sketchbooks are always pretty nice from Five Below. Not the best paper, but again, you get a lot of really good thick paper for inexpensive. So very nice. So that was everything from Five Below. All right, and then pure nostalgia here. These are awesome. This is what I got at Dollar Tree, these glitter outline markers. You do have to shake these, and you do have to pump them to get it started, but it did start pretty quickly. But oh man, aren't these fun. Do you remember these? I know I was probably middle school age when these came out. Oh, they were awesome. And, these do have a smell to them, but it doesn't seem nearly as strong as what I remember whenever these came out the first time. But the glitter outline markers, these are so cool. And again, I was really surprised at how fast they could activate. You really didn't have to pump it too long at all. I'm sure they would go through most papers, probably bleed through. This again is on that real thick watercolor paper, so it's doing just fine here. But oh, lovely. So thanks for watching me swatch those, but these will be a lot of fun. Here, I'll check the back of this just to see. This paper is so thick, it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, well, I lied. So be very, very careful. Don't let that bleed through to another page and ruin another page. So just make sure you've got something in between your pages there whenever you use these. So even this thick stuff, be careful with the bleed through. All right, and then I think I had one more item from Five Below. Again, I've always got to have journals, and I even use them at church to take notes. So this will be a lovely journal. I'm sure they brought these out for Easter time. So take a look. Paper, again, is just your normal lined paper, but it's kind of nice. It's got a ribbon bookmark with the little trinket cross there. It looks nice, but it's plastic. And this too on the front looks like it you have to be careful of that so it doesn't get knocked off or scratched up. But I love the artwork that was on that journal. So very nice. Again, Five Below. All right, just 2 items from Michaels. Picked up another one of these square notebooks. I've really enjoyed this sketchbook. This, again, was a sticker I was able to print out and add to this. So I've really enjoyed that sketchbook, so I went and got another one. These are very inexpensive at Michaels. And then I also picked up some acrylic inks. So I may I'll end with some swatching. Here, I'll swatch those out and then show you the test page. And then the last thing to show you came from Hobby Lobby, and I could not pass these up. Every single one of these was marked down to 87 cents, and I ended up getting 12 tubes. I don't know why they were clearing these out. Maybe this inventory had been in the store for a while, and now they're just making way for new. But at any rate, this is watercolor. But for Hobby Lobby, this is some of their better, higher quality watercolor, as far as I know. I'm no watercolor expert, but I think as far as on the level of Hobby Lobby, this will be decent. It's the Master's Touch brand, and this was their more of an artist grade level of all the watercolors that they offer. And so it does give you good pigment information and light fast information on each of these tubes and whether it's opaque or transparent. So some good information. As far as just putting them in your sketchbook, I don't really pay too much attention to that. But, you know, those of you selling artwork and things like that, you'll want to pay attention to those light fast ratings. But I did pick up just 12 random colors. They had the whole rack of them on sale. I'm not sure when that started, but they had already been fairly picked over. But I was able to find some really nice colors. So let me just show you, I have swatched those out already. And so I need to get some pans to put them in. But I literally just squirted some out on the tube and then drug it down the page here. And so I'm really impressed at how vibrant those colors are. And of course you could water them down to get them as thin or thick as you want. So they look really nice on this watercolor paper. So I've been having so much fun with my Karatake Gonzai Tambi. That's what this page is. So I've just been having so much fun and learning some new techniques for watercolor, which are new to me. And so I think I will equally enjoy just experimenting with these Hobby Lobby watercolors. So beautiful. All right, so let me swatch these out and then I'll finish with just a look at these neon colors. So fun way to swatch those. All right, yes, so these Artist Loft neon acrylic colors are going to be fun to play with. One reason I got them is my sister-in-law sent me to a link to an artist that uses fluorescent colors in his artwork, and he'll display it with UV light or black light. And so that's one reason I got these. I'm going to play around with what glows, some of the art supplies that I have already, and see if they glow. So I've got this little inexpensive UV light, goodness, that we've had since 2020. This one was designed to help kill the germs. But anyway, it's got a basic UV light in it. And I just want to see how well certain materials will glow under that light. I don't know if you can see this or not, if it's going to portray on camera very well, but yes, that green glows nicely. And then definitely these oranges and yellows also glow really well. Oh, how fun is that? So being able to incorporate some of these neon fluorescent colors in your artwork. Yeah, I've just been mesmerized by that artist and how he displays his work. It looks totally different in regular light versus under the black light. So some of these cold winter nights where it's still so dark so early, then this will be fun to play with. All right, well, thanks so much for watching me experiment. Again, I hope you found some awesome creative things that you find for, you know, some of these things you can get for pretty inexpensive, and just enjoy playing with them. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.